President Mahama aya ade ba ko bi Ghana blind Borgaria mom adan NDC communicator obo his excellency John Dramani Mahama baso wasi ahye yen ti ha say NDC for any wa wo me how you believe in the ideologies of NDC now say President John Dramani Mahama asem say he doesn't even know why President John Dramani Mahama eye ne papa Ghana yen ni mu bi yenka. And I do agree with him in a way because it doesn't have to take blind Bulgaria to come and praise John Dramani Mahama. Now, yeah, John Mahama, no. Every day, yeah, giant man, John Dramani Mahama, and yeah, count Dr. Bawumia. People with disability, President John Dramani Mahama, I had the cuckoo's to be Amasa Uncrofono. Didn't say blind Bulgaria about President John Dramani Mahama Baso. ABN, this is the first time. What's it? When they can't ask him, we say, Tini.
Jimmy for party job.
What's your PP then?
A Jimmy for party.
A Jimmy for party in the Anonia Dodo.
Oh, me, President Kufuor when you go to Anabekala.
Now, Jimmy for party now, Bulgaria, also young people, Nino.
Oh, and I saw me resume Jimmy.
And the Bulgaria say NP before young Kwasia for your Jimmy for. And also can be. Say na what touch there who say a buy papa be a ba, ya the papa. Ah, none case on Bulgaria, no, it could this have energy. But also, this year, and we don't even need him. The only thing we need is why being no one goes out could rub a lot box now to bar. Bulgaria didn't a cheetah for better than what President Ben Buyer, what people with disability. If I choose blind Bulgaria.
Was see a dear John Dramani Mahama. Ghana journalists no make Jimmy too much. Shall the Papa President Mahama and the other no and take center stage. A by Ben Abba IS idea with. President Mahama me ana mekano me say Ghana journalists no negativity enko anu mo ade e positive bad dey omani nyi ho Ghanaian journalists dem bia no we akodi we akoria we ana tunum and fine no mo project negative side of Ghana no kwa ema Ghana for no niam e positive aban ne ya e papa no omunka and I'm disappointed in NDC communication me NDC new but adie bi koso na ebebo omani na yebeka me NDC yebeka she adi papa President Mahama Alanchi instead of say mo beko akobon dawro no mo ti ona mo ko TikTok and mo di Sam George atem and fine go see mo Jimmy NDC communicators mo Jimmy papa ti adi papa we mo ntimi kan che Ghana for say ni na President Mahama Friday ya President Mahama Alanchi free tertiary for persons with disability and a common fund you can common fund me na nanu ma monte brofo no mo de monte otweberiate sejimase dokru bedi adua ene dokru chewa wonu na monte brofo mo brofo nye no ye ka common fund ye osika bi a aban na twa ye de ma mensini bia na sa sika no ye percentage ana ntichemu miensa emu nchichemu 3% ye de ma sebi nipa omodi dem ana nipa omo na makwa no bi atochima ebie nipa sebi omo ni afra meka won nipa omo so asi nipa omo ye kwata nipa omo ye bafai any nipa even omo na ye omo ya any all form of persons living with disability. One Usha President Mahama obai Friday common fund from next year 3% no ye 2% account 5% the persons with disability na we message say DC for na mutinatra persons with disability sika no so musumunya nkwasiade na moye no san kwasiade na DC for na na mutinatra persons living with disability sika so munya saade no unfortunate say moye saade no ade na we DC na sebi nipa o modi dem ye this ka ba say mumfa moye na mutina sika no so mo Jimmy ana DC for no mo Jimmy won then e ha mo Jimmy no saade na moye no ha say enche district assembly na mo wa no me no problem but omo no enye ne say na meka de bi beba mo beti se me ne omo pa DC for na mutina nipa o modi dem persons with disability sika so nyame betua mo ka nyame betua mo ne masifo ina aka meka biem enti President Mahama ade a waye ade pa.
All right, enti one say blind Bulgaria o say of President John Dramani Mahama o say ade yo Samuel Bafo, we all know how Bulgaria is, but let's take the good things out of it, the substance. As a Bulgarian, nankasa tell chiri, And who's a President John Dramani Mahama? Yeah, the people country no. It's yes or one it's enough. One day yanko point what time for crown be who are dear warrior. Abo wapaso. It's a Borgaria use on one casa and channel or dear campaign Dr. Bawumia. Catching MPP for say they should rather go and praise President John Dramani Mahama because why are the soon be at the amount of people with disability? It's enough. Say President John Dramani Mahama why are the blind Borgaria who say be because of my it's enough. And you always NSA you criticize the President John Dramani Mahama. But what tasky NDC for say abusan for one him no kwabantina ko bod dawuru bodede Mama who say president no DB. And that is the reason why today I have decided to do this particular thing. And then the big push aba Ghana for NDC for yen come with big push infrastructure project the big push in here no and some ketwa. How many of us and I say crack say okay machine me be me catch me say president no the public mind. Look at how president want to revamp railway sector. Niamani bi wo ha nipa dodo na nkwasa kura na nye den enim enti president aba atore bo asese abusafo railway na muhu no me ba be expand the railway sector enya Accra Sky Train de ni bi o railway sector the president revamp no asiama transportation and kasa let me broaden it to transportation and I understand the presidency o import over 500 buses. I'm a metro bus. I won't say you're more president abaso. But two train president started a railway and now the more time we could just one single train pedal by say in your accident in a coy now no able to abena adensa by. But president expanded the railway line. They say the eastern and the western corridors. President like a catastrophe that we need to expand the railway networks in the country. But what are we doing as a people? See, you talk about my president. When some of us believe in his ideology, I see then say, you can't name a pa president, Sometimes, one will say, yen pay and my young could do about 2 mere and sana yakokase, ye can't name a president. Now, as he started right now. Now, if you ya pim akoyenim, send a bear by the time I because you quacotaban and any padudo now who say, say na president, no, he be Gano. But because you be the urunisa adena yeden akọ amanfo tim. The what I say. And the president a man who from now to by 2035 say you be build a massive railway infrastructure in our country. E betimi akwa ma atwam Kumase. Akwa koduru Burkina Faso. We need to do that. Mate say I say ni nam Accra temano so ye expanding no. And these, among others, Nema see himself president, and I say, but what him move on one there. It was a menu in a bon de uru, nay, idea, it me. And this a president, Ewan is what they say. That's what they say, is what an air pim minor. We don't have to wait until election time. I see a magana for young was say, president by what the the president and a mum first one, 2016, or she be say. And now the dunk will for the buyer now. Or them Mahama Bawumia but was about president by no or say about expanding no. Amana could do level say team munibia will feel and see say something is happening on our ways. And then where Accra Kumasi of on course stretch of the road, but be a president, it's like you could see say contract and one say jumaye. And that big push, Yama Papa Nisika, twaso, the year Jumayan. And that is how we need to develop our societies. And that's a dirty and in be do Ghana. And now out Ghana, one was a Ghana and they develop it. I think that is something that in about because Accra Kumasi Railway, Accra Kumasi Highway, no, I don't even see why we cannot even expand it. Because I see a team called ni Pum, Mimi Kurum Techima, Kofa Kentampo, Ko Burkina, because all that stretch of the road in Ghana, I say. So the president now was he a new way Techima to the Kurum Bole Kwano, and the big push in here, more. That is governance. Because the man will be that is something we need to see him do. Big push at the $10 billion US. And I say big push him. President will best set agenda to harm African nations and who say there be saying to about the mawa. Utimi ye bibi a Jewdin. President a Jewdin. That is something we need to do. President said, Mr. Munufie, by the way, what is your handle on Loud Silence TV? Do you mean if I am on that or explain it further to me, President? Maybe I can understand you very, very well. I personally mean, I don't call Loud Silence, but I need to work maybe something like that, but I don't know. All right, Minia, me that's it. My your monko because you man yeah, you man we need to do. Because one thing I don't like, and say drew a battle and I say most of us the politicians will be forcing to tell people things that we are doing. But I say Oba ben now shall see into Oba no be one the kora potia. Oh yeah. And that is what I believe in. Because I want to man yes there. It will get to a time I was all calculate point team and we need a bag so I will boy or kind of quite a better about or cause way. But a bar ben a per team and we need who are there away. That is something I think I believe in. 24 hours economic policy. A very massive project. Good thing to do. A big critique ejuma. Adi be a big critique ejuma in the country no. Esi yina ye kokoro to say akwala mono ikita na se kusuya. Ayaka say akọ 12 kusuya 10 increase no. How you protect it? That is how I think say we also need to protect the 24 hours economic policy. Worldwide, internationally, the biggest challenge in Africa enye armed robbers, enye AIDS, enye yare, unemployment. Unemployment, mabunu ni ejuma ye is the biggest challenge in Africa. Anybody can just Google and see. So if a government comes and says, okay, I'm bringing in a policy, a bit mama ejuma ba kuni pa miensa ne be ya, enye si eba men prana na washa si udabi. It takes time, but I know say within 1 or 2 years, we are going to say sa niema no. Ebe keki in a team, Minibia will see say something is happening in the system. Because me, I can't say your name me know as if President John Dramani Mahama fails to do mabambebu. 1, if he fails to create employment, and 2, or Felix or be jaily NPP for, I'll be very, very disappointed in his administration. I always pray say something new will come up. My Ghana ni nehu because a Ghana ni babu no te Ghana no nya jumaya. Nya me na me catch say something is happening in the society. We by ourselves now will know say President Biaba something different is happening in the society. That is something I think say we need to do. See, I'm not on Loud Silence, Priscilla. So that is something I think say maybe I need to work with Kevin Taylor and see how things go. And see, we need to do things like that. And see, somebody might ask 24 hours economic policy for then. President Attorney was actually you move a Juma be created like 3 groups of people. And yet to say a binding baby critic, he is going to work with private people as well. It is all a private person. If you be Juma be, you also believe say Juma be to make creating employment money power. You're going to sign up onto it, and then you get some government incentives. That is why we call it 24 hours economic policy. Indeed, I saw a write-up as somebody was even saying say even the court system implemented by 24 hours, send it be speedy up processes in the court. I also believe in those kind of things because there are a lot of things why need digitalization or with the advent of technology, you beat me aye. And so we need to push things harder. Send it you beat me we need who say something is happening in our society. A couple, Charlie, boko there. That's it. Oh yeah, there. Priscilla said, my friend Priscilla message into screen so now here there. Also, I've been watching regular uploads by one of the engineers on the Sunyani big push roads happening now. Yeah, that is very true because what was a big push project, a koba biamu be hubi. It will be like I say yare and yell from yare to when you will be a humble food teams a kai kamafu yam to be unfeeling. So that is something that the president has actually decided to do. They say big push projects, who say something is happening, and then that kind of infrastructure, a best shut up by So I believe in the policies and programs of the president. The 4th point I'm going to make is highway dualization, and the president didn't have a shame. I think it also falls part of another big push, and so we are pushing it very hard. Say, I bind a bit my yama, Kumasi road, maybe 2 or 3, over 2 or 3. These kind of things. I don't sometimes, me dream home patch. Wow, or nchiremu bia obetimi de mame. Why is it that Oba Africa, we are finding it very, very difficult to construct roads. But Obi or to Quantera Bridge, it's very easy for Abrafu to construct roads. I don't know why. Is he can yen or he say yen or him? I was can yen say Ubia 5 years. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me understand these kind of things. But anyway, as I have already said, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to set the pace and tell us there is something that he can do in the society. So I do ask myself, why do JDM did this before the NPP came in? I suggest that JDM should never be a clearing officer, just like Ronaldo Duncan go over and let the court decide who go to jail. Yes, 24 hours economic policy. Yeah, because governance, but I think the GM understands the concept and the system. That is why he is trying to work harder to do a lot of things. And see, I just see in a support no. Now for the president in Yakwan eye. Now other than that, no, say Ghana nye under this particular administration. I mean, my bambebu, me who say Ghana no, and yadia ebi. The president also introduces something we call the Ghana Infrastructure Plan. What we name be so with me in the comment section. I want us to build this particular channel to say that is why I call it the debate with Munufie. Until we are live on YouTube and then at the same time on Facebook. Let's do it like that. So the Ghana Infrastructure Plan, a long-term plan, I be around 2057. So it's a very, very long-term plan. We need to start now. So it's a formal long-term infrastructure plan covering transport, energy, water, digitalization, a roadmap. This kind of concept. I see who your name ten. Who say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is something that we have to do. And that is what we are doing. That is something we need to do. And sometimes, we need to also understand, say, when we are building the society, there are a lot of things of our essay in itime eye. And the infrastructure, and I say the medical kind of Ghana, you could see say Ghana a develop kakra. And he said, send a Ghana person econo. Oh, you also need to be part and parcel of it. Send a bear yin a bit my boy, ama muno, etime akoso. So this is the debate with Munufie. Oh, I've been bit made about along the point. I will take my time and then we all read the messages together. And he said, a medical kind of build the railway, build the better roads. We won't say building a ecoso Ghana be brio. Wow, would you who was Ghana SSA. And he says, a president will inquire in the power. Why not get up? So, Osisa Ghana, Magan ni be who say, I'm more peerful. Why are they? So the developmental issue now, what president and Nisono, she said, Osoma, and Yadia, or Kwejai. That is the truth. The Ghana, they be for papa, Ghana, so be there. This is a job. I say, one thing a president they seen and say, pharmaceutical companies, send a dick about first, also about Shimkena. It's a president, and then penny for Atanase, and who said, Debbie, say, yes, sitting between Pondia, Apomudin, so can be. And the president had discussions and then penny for how to revamp the pharmaceutical industry in the country. So, over Europe, Ireland, and the pharmaceutical hub, Europe, all the pharmaceutical companies are based in Ireland. Me, I keep saying, say, we need to create something and ask ourselves, say, what is the Ghanaian model? I see in Yabi, say, okay, maybe over African, young Nuru, free Ghana. In Nigeria, Abeton, Nuru, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, all African countries united me back and said, no. Ye pindu papa dia Ghana ni yefe. All this is going to create more jobs. And I keep asking myself, Diana Ghana, what is Ghana known for? Okasa we Ghana niya. No, we be say, what is Ghana known for? Diana bit me to disappoint say, Oko Ghana di wini, Oko Ghana di wini. So President the back question and this is a pharmaceutical companies in Oberry Vampire Motisenia between 2012 and 2016. No more producing in room or yen nurukeke in papa. But go and sign up with this kind of policies. Now, buy intimate and wow, because that is what nation ye. Aside say it creates more jobs instead of medical can. So we need to create more jobs as well. Now, and then at the same time, no, African food in so the tourist, you get more boy economy. So we need to build a modern and resilient economy, and that is the direction at forcing money. President John Dramani Mahama, Professor Nana G. Munina Sifu in a pese omoye. So open channel where this is the debate with Munufie, where we discuss reasonable things. In near Goroha, what I say. So that is something I think say. What you say? Oh, anything to add? So and so bit me about in the comment section. Na I discussions na album. Other than that, no. Praise the Lord. So what I say. So a lot of things we need to do it as a people. What about the express court and also the tribunal system? So and also Eba. Me Irene the out by no. Me pacho bibi aboko there. Attorney General Mayate said they are going to create a tribunal system in the country. It may be 7 and 10 term. Now that kind of tribunal system, no, you're establishing all regional capitals. In this, I certainly be what to say, Borgaria, and they say, oh, back crown, because one will say, Auditor General's report, you who say, a group of Bishop Borgaria, Bona half of Bona is omitting some money too much, but attention in your baby go, Nipane or a crown or so. So we need to get a special court system to send the Europe for Baby a fast track high court, but this is going to be a tribunal court. A bit of a critic, a dean 7 of my main cancer, a dean 7 of come pa. And then 10 times so, it didn't come near bonnet and 10 times so I can home. A patch of TV so use the camera of your phone that scan this particular QR code. It will take you straight away to my channel. Now subscribe here, wait my subscribing. So now you build a particular channel. A patch of how true lawyers are made for the gold sector. Ashata and the gold board near the buy, and yet Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia didn't be a ball. But under this particular administration, gold board non kwasan kwasika de bregana na enye sika ketwa. Nti enese ope korono abo Ghana na ope so be gelem se na ope Ghana gold na fa chiri sene ya chama wuntumi mu ye na dia enye under this administration because ya ho be basem be so pa atwe wabo so. Because me, I was very happy. Said President appointed Sami Jamfi to head that particular sector because Sami Jamfi a lawyer unimde. Nobody use merano so any day because when you look at how Sami Jamfi mo use gold board on at the end I would say it's very very amazing because he got gold board in generating our economy no. You won't be that. And then another thing you got the whole Al Jazeera a documentary about president on a man for your connection gold board gold home. Export to gold to it took the president through his secretary actually letter the command Al Jazeera say they should retract Al Jazeera for saying retracted because somebody can correct up to an end another don't go for the president akwe when Timan Al Jazeera because Alistair Matthias or something like that no said say na down for panel president on the president another don't go for any connection be on gold and then some jam fi buy and say man ayeda